Hello, fellow traders. This is TheRumpledOne coming to you on Friday, November the 29th. The year is 2024. Let's talk trading. Weekly wrap up, monthly wrap up. And for those in the US of A and anywhere else that celebrates Thanksgiving, I hope you had a good turkey day. As always, these videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. And the last day of the month is not the time to forget about risk management. Always have your risk management in place so you do not lose more in any one single trade than you are willing to lose. So we've got a monthly wrap up and a weekly wrap up all on the same day. So for the month, we are 163 pips below the monthly open, 314 off the high, 246 off the low. And as you can see, we are below the previous month's low right now. For the week, we are 143 pips above the weekly open. We're above the previous week's high. We're 17 weeks off this week's high and 226 off the low. And we filled the open gap. And for the day, if we look at it, you can see we are above the opening range for the week. We just crossed above the opening, yearly open. We're about 12 pips above that at the moment. And we are inside the range of the year. We're below the opening range for the month. So we're inside the opening range for the year. Once again, right now, it looks like, okay, this is weird. We are 21 pips above the yearly open, 702 off the yearly high, and 433 off the low. And this is still very interesting here. As you can see, we had an inside bar yesterday, and we've exploded out of the top. We're 41 pips above it at the moment. We're still inside the monthly inside bar that happened 10 months ago. We broke above the weekly inside bar from 35 weeks ago. So you can see here just lots of inside bar action because yesterday was definitely a quiet day in the market. Even though there was some pip movement. Right now we're at a 78 pip range on the day. You can see the dollar yen has 208 pips of range. And why am I not trading dollar yen? All that range to be had. We crisscrossed above the daily open a few hours ago. You can see there. And price is taken off. Once again, there must be some sellers up here and orders have to get filled. You can see red rats get ready to feast. The green rats have already feasted once. Red rats have already feasted once. It's right here. This isn't green rats feasting because we didn't have enough range. So red rats feasted. Now green rats are feasting. Time for the red rats to feast again. Bambino Flex indicator said to go long. Pivot trading plan, price near pivot, bias is long. You can see we hit that pivot and then it just crisscrossed below, came back above and just took off. We are above R2, approaching R3, so bias is short. You can see here the first time we were near R1, it went all the way up to R3 and then reversed. And we're heading back that way at the moment. And as far as the pivots, we have taken out today's pivot, we've taken out this week's pivot, and we've taken out this month's pivot. So as you can see, for the past couple of years, no missed pivots on the monthly. On the weekly, we've got 3 missed pivots, one of them happening back on November the 10th. Right here. As far as the daily, we've got 4 missed pivots this month. That's pretty rare. In and out of that upper wick zone a couple of times today. Once again, a lot of nice price action there. For the week, the range 243 so far. 75 percentile over the last 12 weeks. High minus previous high 36. Previous low minus low is a minus 20 because we did not break out of the previous low. For the red rats, high minus close 18. Green rats, close minus low 225. For you weekly crossover traders, high minus open 160 to the upside, open minus low 83 to the downside. Both of those trades were rewarded. As you can see here on the simple price action chart, we broke out of the previous H1 high. Looked like it's trying to get to the launch pad. And there was some nice short action here coming back down through the double O, 127 double O. Actually, it's triple O, but if you've been around, you know I can't stand that 5th digit. Higher low, lower high, trade just triggered. Good for 2 pips at the moment. And looking at the range by month, November 560 so far. So we're well above the low. Looks like we're somewhere in the middle. And if we take a quick look here at the ATR percent, you can see we're at 142, which is just a few points below back in 2022 and 2008, which is the big one. So we're in 3rd place so far this month on ATR percent. And if we look at the year-to-date close minus open percent, we're now 0.15. And remember, this number was negative for a while, and with reaching a high of 5.22 in September. So once again, it takes some time. Okay, what do we want? We want to go back here and let's see, was there one more thing we wanted to look at here, closing out the month? Just looking at the ATR by itself, 395. Put that back to the range. For the trade reminder, we're still below that previous month's wick zone. If we switch over to the monthly chart here, price turning down. Previous range exceeded by 13.9 pips. Taking a look here at the seasonality, it says averages realign to form a top in early November and price slides into mid to late November. After this, the averages diverge again. Interesting. For the weekly, we're 142 above the open, above the up wick zone, buyers strong control. For the week, we crossed above the previous mid. We crossed above the pivot. We got a higher high, higher low on the week. And looking at the day, previous bar was an inside bar above the upper wick zone. Previous range exceeded by 32 pips. Buyers strong control. We've got 4 up days in a row here. D1 higher high, higher low. We're 60.79 now. It's distance to the MA, and the previous bar was an inside bar. So let's see. So fellow traders, next month, the last month of the year. I hope everybody's profitable out there, and I hope everybody's staying safe. I'm going to have to ship out the last batch of indicators, donational indicators for the year. I've been working on a few. In fact, a buddy had told me a little scalping plan, so looks like I've got another indicator to work on. I think I can knock that one out pretty quick. But trading, it definitely has been interesting. And if you have any questions, always feel free to ask. And it just seems like if you have a plan and you stick with it, it'll just pay out. But sometimes it's hard sticking with it if you have like 2, 3, 4, 5 losses in a row. And that's just all part of trading, and that's why you have to have your stop loss in a place where you can take 5 losses in a row and it really doesn't hurt you that bad. I mean, I know we all hate to lose, but that's just part of trading. I know I hate to lose. I surely hate to lose. So sometimes you just got to hang in there and go through those tough patches. So that's just about it. I'm going to wrap things up here. And so I am wishing everybody a fun and safe weekend. And as always, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.